All right, so I've been eager to dissect this Colorado TCU game here, and this to me is the quintessential September college football game. And what I mean by that is it'll be interesting to assess how we perceive both of these teams this weekend on week 1 and how we perceive them on week 11 and on week 12. Where are they now, and what did they mold into as the season unfolded? And how do you intertwine this game into the context of each team's path that they took throughout the season? Did they improve? Did they decline? Who were they in week 1? Who did they become on week 10? This game is really fascinating when you unfold and unpack that. And it'll be really interesting to see the trajectory of both of these teams following this game. It's Coach Prime, Deion Sanders' first game as a head coach. Of course, there was a massive overhaul in Boulder, Colorado. Deion Sanders, both literally and figuratively, brought his luggage to Boulder, Colorado, and completely transformed that roster, that locker room, that facility, that organization overall. And now it's time to see the results. I'm fascinated to witness this as that journey begins on Saturday. But what's going to be most interesting is how this team gels. What kind of chemistry do the Colorado players have? Because keep in mind, while most of the individuals on the Colorado Buffaloes football team are new, there still are some guys that played for that 1-11 football team last year. So how are those players going to mesh with the new players in Colorado? We've seen clips from fall camp if you follow Well Off Media. Shout out Deion Sanders Jr. Excellent content, by the way. We've seen some footage from fall camp from the spring game, but how is this on-field product going to look on Saturday? How are these players going to gel? That's what's fascinating to me. And I ultimately think you're going to see this team play with a lot of aggression. I think you're going to see them play with a lot of passion. I think their effort is going to really impress on Saturday, and they'll even make some dazzling plays because there's some talented individuals in that locker room. By the name Shedeur Sanders, who is the quarterback, QB1 for Colorado. I know he transferred from Jackson State, but mind you, he threw 70 touchdown passes in his 2 years as Jackson State starters. So the talent is there, I can assure you. Of course, you have Jimmy Horn Jr. at wide receiver. He is incredible. And Travis Hunter. He's one of the best players overall in college football. He is among not only the Pac-12 but college football's elite. So the skill players, the talent, it's there. And you're going to see the immediate impacts of all of those guys on Saturday, I guarantee you. But at the end of the day, TCU is just a tad bit more developed. They're a tad bit more established, even though they lost a lot of production from last year. They still retain Chandler Morris at quarterback, and keep in mind, Chandler Morris actually beat out Max Duggan for the starting quarterback spot for TCU last year, which is interesting because, of course, Max Duggan went on to be a Heisman finalist and got drafted by the Chargers this year, while Chandler Morris was injured. So Chandler Morris is now regaining his position at QB1, and I'm sure that he's ready to put on an absolute show this year. And there's also some notable transfers that have made their way to Fort Worth this year too. You've got JoJo Earl and Trey Sanders, the wide receiver and running back, respectively, from Alabama. And you also have John Paul Richardson, the wide receiver transfer from Oklahoma State. Those guys are going to make up that wide receiver core. It'll look pretty well. And TCU's defense is still pretty experienced. Now I'm going to tie this back into my intro here. How do we perceive both these teams at the end of the season? TCU has a 91.8% chance to win this game, according to ESPN's metrics. And they're also favored by 20.5 points. I can guarantee you TCU will not be favored by 20.5 points at the end of this year, nor will they have a 91.8% chance to win this game. Given the trajectories of both of these teams heading into this season, how they're going to perform as the season unfolds, those will not be the numbers at the end of the year. In this game, I take TCU over Colorado, 41-28. It's going to be 90 degrees. It's going to be toasty in Texas. And TCU is going to capitalize on that. They got their home crowds. And I think that they're ultimately just a little too much for TCU or for Colorado in this game. But you're going to see Colorado's capabilities. You're going to see the potential. And you're going to leave this game saying, wow, Colorado's really got something here. They they came to play. This means something to them. They really maybe bring something to the table here in 2023. So it's a fascinating game for so many reasons. I take TCU to win 41-28, but it'll be interesting to see how this one unfolds. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and the time that you took out of your day to watch the video. And if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like the video and share it, as well as subscribe to The Era. The more likes and subscribers I get on this channel, the more resources I can attain, and the more resources I can attain, the more value I can provide to you, the viewer. And that is how I show my appreciation for you for the time that you devote to watching my videos. So thank you so much, and have a great day.